Intravitreal injection for ROP. Retinopathy of prematurity is a vascular disorder affecting the retina of the premature infants. It is one of the leading causes of avoidable blindness in children. Laser of avascular retina has been the standard of care for managing severe ROP. However, in the past decade, primary treatment with intravitreal injection of anti-vascular endothelial growth factors has emerged as an important treatment method, particularly for severe ROP in zone 1 and aggressive ROP. The procedure of intravitreal injection in adults is relatively easy and almost universally performed under topical anesthesia, with lower risk of injection-related complications due to patient cooperation. However, the same procedure can be technically challenging under topical anesthesia in the small eye of a constantly moving infant. Moreover, incompletely developed pars plana in these infants further increases the possibility of injuring adjacent structures, namely crystalline lens and peripheral retina. In this video, we aim to demonstrate the technique used for intravitreal injection of anti-VEGF in preterm infants with ROP. After making a diagnosis, fundus photographic documentation with any of the available imaging methods is desirable. In the absence of photographic documentation, a diagrammatic representation as per the ICROP3 classification shall be useful to explain the nature and severity of the disease. Bevacizumab, ranibizumab and aflibercept are the currently available anti-VEGFs for use in preterm infants with ROP. The selection of anti-VEGF agent is best judged by the severity of the ROP at presentation, available scientific data on safety, efficacy, need for additional treatment, as well as the financial implications of treatment to the parents. Currently, bevacizumab remains the most commonly used anti-VEGF in ROP in India as well as internationally. After explaining the available anti-VEGF agents, a written informed consent explaining the risks and benefits of the procedure is obtained from the parents or legal guardian. The procedure can be planned and performed in an ophthalmic OT for stable infants or those who have been discharged from the NICU. The infant is kept nil by mouth for 30 minutes before the procedure to mitigate the risk of aspiration. The pupil is dilated using tropicamide 0.5% and phenylephrine 2.5%. After installation of the topical anesthetic drop, a drop of 5% povidone iodine eye drop is instilled in each eye. This can be started from the preoperative room well before the actual injection procedure to allow for an adequate holding period for the povidone iodine. If the procedure is planned in an ophthalmic operation theatre, the temperature of the OT is optimized in advance. Additionally, use of baby wrap warmer can help to keep the infant warm as well as to constrain the actively mobile infant. The monitoring probes are placed and secured to monitor the vitals throughout the procedure. The ophthalmologist and the assisting nurse perform hand hygiene, don surgical gown and surgical gloves. The surgical trolley is prepared with the required equipment, one set per eye. Here we have surgical drape, scissors, eye speculum, LIMS forceps, castrovasocaliper, an insulin syringe, a 10 ml syringe for irrigation, along with eye pads and earbuds. The drug can be injected by mounting a 13 mm long 29 or 30 gauge needle or a 4 mm long 32 gauge needle on a tuberculin syringe, or by using an insulin syringe with an attached 6 mm long 31 gauge needle without hub. When using the tuberculin syringe, the drug is directly drawn from the vial using a 18 gauge filter needle and then replaced by the desired needle. While using insulin syringe, the drug is first drawn into a tuberculin syringe and then transferred directly into the barrel after removing the piston. Alternately, the drug in the tuberculin syringe can be directly drawn into the insulin syringe with care to avoid contamination and blunting of the tip of the attached needle. The volume of the drug to be injected for adult dose of anti-VEGF is typically 0.05 ml. This corresponds to the 0.05 ml marking of the standard tuberculin syringe or the second marking of insulin syringe. The most commonly used dose of commonly available anti-VEGFs for severe ROP is half of the adult dose, which roughly equals to the first marking of insulin syringe or approximately between second and third markings of the tuberculin syringe. The air is removed and the desired drug dosage is carefully adjusted. One of the assistants stabilizes the head of the infant to prevent excessive movement. The eye is painted with 5% povidone iodine allowed to dry and then draped with sterile surgical drape. Povidone iodine eye drops along with local anesthetic agents is repeated on table and we should wait for 3 minutes. The eye is thoroughly irrigated with normal saline and mopped to remove any residual povidone iodine drop. Due to strong Bell's reflex of the infants, the eye usually turns upwards, making the inferotemporal and inferonasal quadrants more exposed and accessible for injection. Using an operating microscope, the ophthalmologist stabilizes the globe with the limbs forceps and the site of injection is marked 1 to 1.5 mm from the limbus. The needle pierces the conjunctiva and sclera with its direction being parallel to the visual axis to minimize the chances of injury to crystalline lens and retina. Once both the globe and the needle are stable, the assisting nurse pushes the plunger to inject the drug. The needle is then withdrawn and pressure is applied using cotton bud at the site of injection to prevent the formation of a bleb and subconjunctival hemorrhage. The eye is inspected for any signs of lens injury. A drop of povidone iodine eye drops along with local anesthetic agent is instilled again after this. Ensure the vitals are stable. The speculum and drape are removed. Both the assisting nurse and ophthalmologist change the gloves and same procedure is repeated for the other eye, using a separate set of drape and instruments. After verifying the stable vitals, the infant is handed over to the caregiver. For systemically unstable or infants on any form of respiratory support, the procedure can be planned in NICU itself, with added precautions. 2 separate sets of sterile equipment should be carried to the NICU in a container. The anti-VEGF drug should be transported while maintaining the cold chain. The ophthalmologist and the assisting staff should perform hand hygiene and don surgical gown and gloves similar to the OT setup. The entire procedure should be done in the presence of pediatricians or neonatologist supervision. Povidone iodine eye drops along with topical anesthetic agents is instilled well before the procedure. The 2 set of required instruments are laid out similarly and the drug is prepared. The infant, if not under sedation, is restrained by another assistant. The eye of the infant is carefully painted and draped. Topical anesthesia and 5% povidone iodine eye drops are instilled again. The lack of an operating microscope in the NICU can increase the risk of lens injury and more so in the hands of a relatively less experienced ophthalmologist. To mitigate this, a surgical loop can be used which provides additional magnification and light source. The globe is stabilized, site of injection is marked, the needle is introduced parallel to the visual axis by the ophthalmologist and the drug is injected by the assisting nurse. Povidone iodine eye drops along with topical anesthetic drop is instilled. The vitals of the infant are ensured. The same procedure is repeated for the other eye. Prophylactic use of post-operative topical antibiotics after anti-VEGF injection has been a matter of debate and best left to the discretion of the treating ophthalmologist. The first post-operative examination can be done 48 to 72 hours after the procedure to look for signs of lens injury, retinal injury, and post-anti-VEGF injection endophthalmitis. Further follow-up is best guided by clinical response observed by the treating ophthalmologist. The key points to be mindful of while injecting intravitreal anti-VEGF in preterm infants for ROP are: the procedure can be performed in ophthalmic OT or NICU. Both the eyes can be injected on same day and same setting. Povidone iodine eye drops should be instilled preoperatively and postoperatively. The injection should be given between 1 to 1.5 mm from the limbus. The direction of the needle should always be parallel to the visual axis. The first postoperative examination should be aimed within first week to look for injection-related complications.